We thought about our budget from two ends. One was how much we think that we can possibly raise, and you never know. It's always more than you think you can raise because God is incredibly generous. The other end that we thought about it from was what do we really need to reach this city? That is, a church building isn't just about creating a home for Christians, it's a base for reaching the city. And so asking ourselves, what do we need to reach this city? What kind of auditorium do we need? What resources do we need for looking after kids? And you want those two questions to answer somewhere in the middle. How much do we think we can raise and how much do we need? I want this one of what do we really need to reach the city to be the thing that inspires us to give. So be ambitious.
We started by thinking, what can we do to reach the area, the coast, and thinking about what will be a realistic goal, but stretching ourselves as well. And so we wanted to think what would be the size of the auditorium and the classrooms and the youth and all that type of thing, and thinking what's reasonable. Then we're not probably going to, unless God does a major miracle and save 1 million people, it's unlikely to happen for us. But what's a reasonably big goal, and start thinking with that first, and then working back to say, well, how big a block of land, what size auditorium, what number of classrooms. That can also expand or multiply if God does really grow us. So by getting land, getting a building that can expand in the future, and then working back, well, how much is that going to cost? And so starting with the vision first of what God could do amongst us, and then working back to work out what can we do, and then raise the money for that. And that's how we've gone about the process at the moment.
Yes, so our budget, we just worked out what we need and then pushed ahead to try to afford that. So we bought a block of land 7 years ago, which was 1.6 hectares, but we need about 1 hectare of space to build on. And then what we've done over the last few years is design something up that's going to fit our needs now, but we've also got a second stage that will fit our needs into the future. And then basically we worked out what do we need, how much is that going to cost to build, and that's how we worked out the budget. So over the last few years, we've realised we've got to get about $20,000 a month, and so we've just raised our giving towards the ministry centre to $20,000 a month. We've been sustaining that for 2 or 3 years now, and we think that's what we're going to need in order to repay the loan that we're going to need to take to build the ministry centre.
You know, God has really done extraordinary things for us. Our budget is $5.5 million. We're buying this building. It's already a church ready to go. But we had a small little place. And so, to be fair, we sold that for 1.2, so that's a huge help. But in all the way through, we've never had the money for a building. We've never had the money for the building. We had a building fund, no one gave to it. Once we found a building, that's when we started our campaign. And what we did, there's a great line, let people play with a puppy, and then you don't want to take it back again. And once we started walking people through the building and saying, imagine this, imagine what we could do. Hey, look at this, look what we could do here. People said, yeah, I'll give money to that. I want that. And so I think find the building and then start your campaign. It's a lot easier, and that's the way we've done it, yeah.